In the heart of the Golden Triangle, right at 13th and Bannock, is one of Colorado's artistic gems. It's the Clyfford Still Museum. It's only been here for 4 years, but this unique home for a single artist has already made its mark in Colorado and the nation. Clyfford Still Museum Director Dean Sobel gave me a brief walk through the galleries. Because the collection represents nearly 95% of the artist's total output in his lifetime, the exhibitions can change frequently. We settled into the research center just outside the archive library to discuss this unique facility. I think people would be fascinated to understand how this single artist museum even came to be, and here in Denver where he never lived.
Well, Clyfford Still made it a condition of his will that everything that he had in his collection by his own hand would be given to an American city. And so after his death in 1980, it was a kind of a competition for American cities to lure the collection to their respective towns. And it was under the leadership of then Mayor John Hickenlooper and a nephew of Clyfford Still's second wife who got the conversation started here about 10 years ago. When the conversation started in the early part of the 21st century, in the 2000s, it really was a time in Denver where the Denver Art Museum was under construction with its new building. The Museum of Contemporary Art was just getting offline. And there was a lot of other cultural improvements. And I think the mayor at that point really made the case that this would be the capstone of all that was happening in Denver. I think also he assured the widow that Denver would do it exactly as they had hoped and pleased. And I think she wanted to hear someone say that they would do it at the highest possible way.
And the design of this building is so fascinating for a gallery because there are so many unique points of interest just in the architecture alone. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we knew the building was going to be an important part of the experience. The will and the donation agreement said we couldn't have a restaurant or an auditorium. So I think there is a focus on the collection, on the art itself from the minute you walk in the door. The architecture knows when to make a statement, and I think when you get up into the galleries, the architecture kind of quiets down a little bit so the art becomes front and center. And I think that was always our aspiration, is understanding that balance between the role of the collection itself and how architecture can enhance that.
Is there a green sensibility to how this building functions or how it was designed?
There is. I mean, certainly with the natural light, the nature is providing the illumination almost every day of the year. This was an infill project, so we didn't take green space. We tore down some, old office buildings, I think is another aspect of it. And it's a relatively small building. I think I've learned in this project that people oftentimes prefer smaller institutions that don't feel like it takes an entire weekend to, navigate and get lost and so forth. So there's something about its scale that people seem to respond to as well.
It's not quite as intimidating.
I think so, yeah. And the galleries are really one continuous path. Once you enter that first or second room, you really have no choice but to go to the end. It's like putting your boat in the water. So there is something about that journey you go through when you visit the collection.
It's interesting that the mandate was that there would be no auditorium and no restaurants and no gift shop. Yet you're integrated into the area so well that we don't feel that absence when we come to visit. Can you talk about the relationship to the neighborhood?
We could choose any number of sites. We had a site selection process. We looked at Lodo and we looked at Cherry Creek and other places, but we knew it was important to really hitch our wagon to the center of culture, not only for Denver and for Colorado, but I think this neighborhood is really the center of culture for the Rocky Mountain region as well. And so it was important that we stay as close to those other museums as possible.
And there are plenty of places to stop for a coffee or a bite and discuss the visit that you just had nearby.
Yeah, I think Clyfford Still did us a favor by prohibiting us from doing those, so we weren't even tempted to find a little corner for a cafe or a meeting room for lectures. I think it makes the building much more concise in that way.
How big is the building?
The building's only about 28,000 square feet, but it's very efficient. The galleries all lead into each other, so there's not a kind of transitional space. The gallery space is probably typical to what you see at most changing major exhibitions at American museums. So it has that same pacing of a climax in the middle and then a late period and then ultimately coming back to the end. So I do think there was a great deal of thought given to the pacing of the visitor as we were designing it.
Beyond the galleries themselves, there are other little pockets of interest and intrigue and activity that is living. Tell me about that.
Well, the archives is probably the unseen part of the collection. We try to display as much of it as possible, but there's about 50,000 items, including letters and photographs and books and records and clothing and so on, that is still being discovered by the staff here. But also our education programs, the way in which we're bringing in schools for very directed and very kind of classroom-aligned activities that turn the entire museum into a classroom is something that we're getting a lot of success with here in Denver.
What's the one thing that you always wish you had time to see?
Well, I think Still just believed so much in what he was doing. I think some people come in thinking he was an egotist and needed a shrine for him, dedicated to himself. But I think he really urged other artists to shoot for this goal of not constantly being compared to other artists, not having your life's work spread around the whole universe. And there's something that visitors say when they leave here, and that is they now understand why he kept this work together.